Good morning, everybody. And it's 6th of April, and here I am with the first pilot episode of the season. Now, I frankly do not know this season process or anything. I'm just going blind. But then, hey, that's the fun in it, right? Anything in life that we do, it's okay to go a little blind on things. So subscribe for this channel if you haven't done that still. And let's get started with the first episode of this season. So this season in Salma Musa Talks, we're planning to have 10 episodes with a mix of panel discussions, interviews, and my personal talks. That's naturally the Salma Musa Talks, right? So hence, this is where we are, and it's a very interesting topic today, as you all know. And it has to be that, right? Because we live in a society of information. We live in a world that is judged every second, right? And that's where we are. And at this point of time, the topic that I'm going to talk is very, very important because I've been there. And just not because I've been there, I every day see so many examples of this topic, right? So this is about talking to the fat girl in the room. Yes, fat girl that you see in the room is me. Now, the word term fat in itself is a taboo, right? But then having said that, it comes from a deep dive, deep incepted issue within the society. And let's not go to the whole society kind of a thing. Let's just talk about, ourselves, our close families and friends. How do they see this as, right? The whole thing about this journey of fat to fit, the thing that I've taken up. So, just to give you a little bit background on others who've not seen my previous videos or who've not known me closely or who do not know the story, I've been, an obese person all my life, like literally all my life. I was born a healthy child, as they used to say, right? Till the girl is, especially the girl, and it's a newborn baby, and it's a healthy child. But then, as the gender takes over and the child grows big, suddenly the healthy child goes to become a fat teenager and then an obese woman, and the journey continues. The reason I am talking about women, again, I would like to insist here. I do not know what happens in the world's man. I mean man's world, right? Truly speaking. So maybe there are discriminations, maybe there are things said that it hurts his ego or his personality, but I do not know. So something that I'm not aware of, I cannot speak. But from where I sit, the world that I come from, the woman's world, what I see is a man who is overweight, an obese person, does not get pulled up for his body structure, is not body shamed as a woman is. In fact, leave alone that, I still see episodes where a male character has put on so much weight, but it's not been addressed in the series, right? That he has literally doubled or tripled his weight and he's absolutely looking unhealthy, and that's not questioned. But if a female character puts on the weight, becomes fat, obese, she's either replaced or there is a topic around her. Like, for example, in This Is Us, we all know the series. The sister was overweight, right? And the story in itself had that she was conscious of her weight, she was trying to lose weight. So the character needed her to be obese. If not that, I'm sure there would have been a slimmer, very, what do you say, the fit looking character there, right? So I speak from the women's world. So as we move forward, we labeled as the fat person, right? So I was that. I was absolutely that. I didn't need an external, what do you say, person to come and tell me I was fat. I was conscious of my weight all through. I used to wear loose, dresses. I used to sit in front of a table so that I could hide my tummy. I would stand behind people, in photographs. I would do all the hacks needed to be not seen as fat or obese. So yes, I've lived full life of mine from the time of birth to 50 years. When I turned 50, I was an obese person, highly obese person. To be very specific, I was 110 plus kilos, right? Then this transformation happened, and it happened for a reason. But as we go ahead in the season, you will know about that. But today, I want you to speak or listen to this fat girl in this room. So, some of the few things that I would like to address in this episode is one, that your your I don't have words to say this, right? See, the key here is how comfortable am I talking about it. And very, very important thing to take away from you is I'm no more that obese person. Statistically, physically, mentally, emotionally, I'm not that obese person, but I still am out of words to address that girl. That's how deep it all goes in. It's very easy for people to sit back and say, let go of baggages, give yourself that credit, be the person who you are. You don't have to live in the past. Very easily said. But then be the girl who took 50 years of her life and put it in a process to hide from the society her extra kilos, her extra inches, her lack of confidence, her fear to be rejected, and try letting it go. It's not that easy. So I'm not surprised that I'm out of words, because in the end, these episodes, I don't script it out. I don't write a script and read it out, or I'm not planning this. All I do is I have a topic which I believe many of you want to hear me speak, and I speak about it. So I will try to address a few things that I, as a fat girl in the room, had to go through. One of the first and the most important thing is our very own people. Our very own people. I think the damage begins when our parents, our friends, our very close friends, our siblings, our relatives, our cousins, everyone, our teachers, our closest of circles start pulling us up for us being obese. I think the damage begins there. Now, I'm sure you'll ask, should they not question us? As a parent, is it not important for a parent to pull up a child and say, hey, you're not being healthy? Look after your health? Yes, you are responsible for that. I was required to be pulled up, but pulled up at the right way, not putting us down. Pulling up someone is different from putting them down. I don't blame my parents because they didn't have the support system or people to educate them on the right communication, but I definitely blame them for not trying to not put me down. I still blame my friends, my cousins, my siblings to tease me when I would wear long, loose t-shirts or dresses. I still feel they could have done a better job of making me realize that how I had to focus on my health and not put me down the way they did. So, the first thing today is for all the loved ones of people around who you see need that little help or nudge on focusing on themselves. Make sure you pull them up. Make sure you understand them, put yourself in their place and speak from their perspective, not because of from your perspective. The second thing that I would like to address is a little bit more deeper within yourselves. When I was that, the one thing that I buried myself into is guilt. Because we know we are wrong. We know we don't get up every morning and go for a walk or a run. We know we do not eat right, eat enough. We know we're doing it wrong. We don't need the world to tell us. And still we do it. So we start feeling guilty, we start blaming ourselves. It's very natural to do that. But that's where today I want to tell you this. I get you. I get you why you want to kind of keep punishing yourself for not doing the right thing. I did that for 50 freaking years, right? So it's okay if you've done that till now. But now it's time to forgive yourself. It's time to look in that mirror and tell yourself that it's okay. It's okay if you've come all this while. It's okay if you've spent years and decades punishing yourself. It's okay if you fucked up. Forgive yourself and look at yourself in this moment, this right more present moment, and tell yourself, now I got you. Whatever I did in the past, this past minute is forgiven and moving on. But now I have your back. I'm not going to do anything that will take you down the rabbit's hole, that will take you towards an unhealthy life. Forgive yourself. And I genuinely mean this. It's not a jargon of counseling or anything. You really have to forgive yourself. We set really high standards for ourselves in our head, not in reality, in our head, that we have to be this. And thanks to all the internet information that's provided, we're supposed to be perfect, right? We're supposed to be that perfect figure, perfect character, perfect woman, perfect what do you say, successful person, or someone who nurtures a happy family. Bullshit to all that. Bullshit. You don't have to actually be anything. All you have to be is to be in a place to forgive yourself for whatever you believe you've done wrong, and start now. It's okay if it's going to take you another 50 years, right? I told that fat girl in the mirror, okay, I don't care what, when, and how, but I know that I forgive you and I'm going to take you forward the way I think you should be taken. And the last but not the least, don't expect miracles. Don't expect to diet or do something right one day and the next morning you're going to look amazing, or you're going to look perfect, or you lost 2 kilos. And don't expect magic. Understand that wherever you are as a fat girl in the room, it's not happened overnight. It's taken years and years. So if that's taken years and years, this is going to take many more years and years, because that was set by default. But this is being reset with efforts. So it's going to take a lot more effort, lot more discipline, lot more downs and slips, lot more pulling down from people, lot more funny shapes. I assure you, when you start losing your weight, your body is not going to react exactly the way you expect. You'd lose inches. Like for me, I've lost inches on my shoulder, on my arms, my legs, perfect. But my middle part of the body, the tummy, it's giving me a hard time. Today, when I stand in the mirror, it's like a bloody fucking tire, right? But it's okay. The choice was mine to make this right. And if it's going to take me another 50 years, so bloody be it. So take it as a stride, take it as a journey. Do not look at the destination. Look at the way, the lifestyles that you do, the change, the small baby step successes, and go towards the journey, not the destination. Take the journey, special. Every morning, stand up and smile at yourself. Every morning, tell yourself, you are the best. For all you need is yourself. So, with that, a very, very warm welcome to the season of Salma Musa Talks, and subscribe. Keep seeing me every Saturday at 9:30, for I love you and I want you to keep coming back. So have a great weekend and beautiful festival seasons coming ahead. But having said that, keep advocating for yourself. Keep standing up by yourself. So love you and have a great weekend again.